Hello, J3 Ian here, welcome to AOR Racing. This is GT3 League Tier 6 round 7 officially, the 5th race we've actually taken part in. We're in Barcelona, it's reverse championship grid, no qualifying, so we're starting in 10th place. 6 o'clock start, dry race, long race, approximately an hour and a half. And look at the guys in front, slowing down. I turn to avoid them and that causes a chain reaction, so I hold my hand up for my part in that, but guys really shouldn't be coming almost to a grinding halt on the start finish line, and there's some abusing collisions there as we all try to rejoin. So not very good, but thankfully I didn't appear to have too much damage. Rob, who there is ahead, I think has got some damage because I think he comes in pretty soon and eventually gets disqualified for speeding in the pit lane. So there was some debate over the grid beforehand, but actually the formation lap, it took a while for us to all get in order, but it seemed to be okay. But I guess it's just that rolling start catches some people out. So as you can see, we've rejoined, so there's a big gap between probably the top half dozen and the rest of us, but we're getting stuck in. Down in 12th, Darren McCoy, who we always seem to see in these races, is past Steve there. Steve, I think, is leading the championship. We go up the inside of Steve, we'll try to. We're also where the Envoy Extreme is right there behind us all, so Steve holds the position. Envoy Extreme, who's a quick, racy little driver. And after the that start, I just wanted to have a clean rest of the lap, as you can see. People all over the place, just racing I suppose, but managed to keep my nose clean in 11th, but that's not the end of the drama on lap 1. Right in the middle, obviously reverse grid, we've got people maybe slightly out of position in terms of relative speeds. Envoy Extreme was fantastic through this chicane, goes wide. Darren McCoy's gone ridiculously wide, it's so difficult to slow down for that right hander, and then Envoy Extreme goes up the inside of Steve. So we end the lap in 12th. So lap 3, and Envoy Extreme spins it in between turn 1 and turn 2. Now later around this lap, Darren McCoy is behind me, but you can see he's still quite a long way back in the mirror, still nowhere near me. I turn in and smash. Just barges me right out of the way. Wasn't particularly happy about that. He'll probably have other views that he thought was a legitimate move. I turned in on him. I tried to flash my lights, which I know you shouldn't do, except if you do a back marker, basically say you need to let me through, mate, because you know you barged me out of the way. But thankfully I didn't have too much damage. Envoy Extreme manages to get up the inside of me again at the chicane. He's very fast through there. I've obviously got a good setup for the slow stuff. So we're down in 12th. Thankfully that collision with Darren McCoy didn't seem to cause us too much damage. And this is lap 5, as Envoy Extreme is all over the back of Steve, and Drew the Great goes wide there, and this could have been quite nasty, but he keeps nicely out of the way there. But Darren McCoy runs wide, and for a moment they're 3 abreast. We go up the inside of Darren McCoy, thank you very much, up to P9. Lap 7, and we're right up behind Steve. We seem to be a little bit quicker than him through the middle of the last sectors, but whether it's the setup or just the actual car that we're running, we were right up behind him sometimes out of the final turn. He just pulled right away from us, so we had terrible straight line speeding in comparison to his car. So lap 9, oh, and look, there's Envoy Extreme spinning again. So I spent half the time either looking at Envoy Extreme pulling away from me or watching him close up behind me. He was much quicker, but obviously making quite a few mistakes. I make a mistake here into turn 3, and he comes up cleanly up the inside. So we are down to 6th, but still relatively pleased with this position. We've got the guys in 5th or 4th, not too far in front. Obviously yet to make our mandatory pit stop. Coming through on a lap 11, and Envoy Extreme runs really wide, loses it, goes across the gravel, and I managed to just about nip through there to regain 5th. AOR Gizmo, as you can see, the top left is currently leading from Doctor Who fan, I believe. Okay, lap 12, and Envoy Extreme has caught us again. Coming into the braking zone, we brake exactly the same as we've been doing all the time when he's been following us, and he punts us right at the backside. Didn't try to really avoid us there, obviously unintentional, and did let us regain our position. But it was only after I passed the pit entry here that I realised the car was really badly damaged. I could barely control it in the medium speed corner, so I had to go around a whole lap, lost probably 10-12 seconds to Envoy Extreme. So screwing my race a little bit, unfortunately. Did come in to change tyres. I meant to originally go long and then go onto the softs, but had to change to the hards, and I didn't realise I hadn't pressed the pit lane speed limiter, and instead of giving me a penalty like it did a few races ago at Donington, it's disqualified me, so that was terrific. No idea who won because I'm writing this while it's still going on, but join us next week hopefully for a cleaner race.